Hey lovelies, and thank you for joining us today for today's training of Mindset Mastery number 1. I'm doing a series here just for you, and this is the very first one, and I'm starting with one that I find is possibly the most important one, and one that a lot of people wouldn't think of when they are talking about mindset mastery in their business. So this first one is self-care. Because if you're not caring for yourself, you can't possibly have the beautiful, abundant business that you desire. So, because I really feel that making money is an expression of self-care. That may sound a bit bizarre to you, but it's when you think about it, I'd love to know what you think. And it's really because if you are caring for yourself enough to grow your business and have everything in place, you will make the money, and it really is a way of you being able to then support yourself so you can keep running your business and keep serving people at the level you desire to. Okay, so we're going to go through a few different aspects here, and the first one has undoubtedly self-care has got to be food, fuel, nutrition, what you put into your body. And so often when we're particularly spending a lot of time at our computers, it's very easy, especially if we're working from home, to just be thinking, oh, I don't really feel like having, or I don't have time or whatever to make a proper lunch today. I feel like eating a bit of this and I feel like eating a bit of that. And, would you take your car to the garage to put some fuel into it and just say, I don't feel like putting unleaded petrol in here today. I'm just not really in the mood for that. I think I'll just put some orange juice in here instead. How's your car going to run? Not great. Body's the same. You know what fuel your body needs. I know my body needs plenty of good quality protein and good quality fats and loads of vegetables and some fruit and not too many grains and certainly not much or any processed sugar. And I've actually stopped eating sort of pretty much all sugar apart from fruit in the last couple of months, and I feel so much better. My mind feels a lot clearer. Nearly 2 years ago, I stopped drinking all alcohol, and the difference to my mind is quite phenomenal. I wake up every day with a clear head, even if I've gone to bed a bit late, even if I haven't eaten 100% how I think I should be eating, but my head is always really clear, and I can think about what I want to do for my day and how I want to do my work and how I can serve my clients at such a higher level to keep up leveling in my business. So what kind of fuel does your body need? What does it not need? And do you need to be, are you someone that can do moderation, that occasionally you can have a little bit of probably what your body doesn't need, but it's a lovely treat for you? Or are you like me and lots of us, an all or nothing person, that once you have a little bit of something that you desire, it's a kind of a little bit hard to stop, and it throws you off balance, and it takes you then a couple of days to get back on track again. And I just got weary doing that. So the sugar went, and I feel so much better. And so what do you need? So think about that with your food. What do you need to be doing with your food to be really consistent? The next thing is drinks. I've already mentioned alcohol. Some people can, quite easily have maybe one glass of wine or Friday or Saturday night or occasionally, and feel really good. It doesn't affect them. With me, and it's partly to do with age and having to metabolize hormones, because the enzyme that deals with alcohol, it's called alcohol dehydrogenase, is the same enzyme that deals with our reproductive hormones. So particularly when we're going through hormonal phases, and most of our lives are one hormonal phase or another, that that our body is using a lot of energy to deal with those hormones, and you go and throw alcohol on top of it. That's why very often when people are, hello Liz, very often when women are a little bit premenstrual or very hormonal, they have anything to drink and they feel disgusting afterwards. I started feeling like that all the time because my body got a little bit sensitive to it. So it's just easier not to have that internal dialogue in my head of, well, maybe I can, if I eat enough food, I could get away with having one glass and I might be okay tomorrow. And it's just like such a waste of energy and brain space for me. But what is it like with you? Do you need to have a little bit of an honest conversation with you about it? And actually, really, I just don't even think about it anymore. I never thought I'd get to that stage, but I can honestly say that, and it's really good. It's really, really good. So the next thing we've spoken about food, we've spoken about drinks. Now I want to speak about another very important aspect of self-care so that you can have the mindset that you need for a really abundant business is sleep. Sleep is ridiculously essential. If you go Google the effects of good sleep, the effects of bad sleep, what happens when you don't get enough sleep, you will soon see a massive amount of literature to support that enough sleep is mandatory for everything, for our hormones, for our state of mind, for absolutely everything to do with how we function. So, make sure you're getting enough sleep, and that often means switching off the screens, switching off anything in your bedroom with any even tiny little lights, like a standby light on a television or a clock, because that affects your pineal gland, which is inside your head, and that is what makes a huge difference to your sleep. And they always say, a lot of the reports say, to get at least 1 hour sleep before midnight is equivalent to 2 hours afterwards. So try to get at least around 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours a night. It seems to be ideal. Too much sleep isn't great for you either, but most of us entrepreneurs do not suffer from too much sleep. And so going to bed early is a good idea, or having a nap. If you feel tired, have a nap. Give yourself permission. I started having naps when my children were very small, and I haven't stopped. I still have naps quite often if I'm tired. If I've been, very often if I'm out in the evening, if I'm off to a function, or if I'm speaking, or doing something with one of my kids, sometimes I have to go and collect them at midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning from somewhere. So I will make sure I have a nap in the afternoon. And it makes a huge difference then to how I feel, and I'll make sure I catch up. If you're someone that loves to get up early for a morning routine, that's wonderful, but you can't get up early and do that unless you've had enough sleep the night before, otherwise it's a bit counterproductive. So please make sure you're getting enough sleep. Give yourself permission to sleep. Yeah. And if things are disturbing your sleep, try and remove the causes. Not your husband. If you've got a snoring husband, well, I'm not saying to remove your husband, but do things about it, whether that means earplugs or whether that means him going and getting his snoring sorted. It can be fixed. When I worked as a naturopath, there was a lot of things we could do to help snoring. So do look at trying to get the best quality sleep that you possibly can. So the next thing that's going to help your mindset as far as self-care goes is, moving your body. What way? You don't necessarily have to go off to the gym for an hour every day to be physically well, but you do need to move your body, particularly if you're someone that used to be busy and active in your work and are now sitting down in front of a computer most of the day. So think about making sure we maybe put on a timer so that for 5 minutes every hour you get up and dance, or run up and down some stairs, or do some jumping jacks, or have a mini tramp that you hop up and down on, something where you're moving your body, getting your blood supply going, getting your circulation going, getting the blood to your brain, getting the blood to your feet, so that you can really be in the best possible shape to run your beautiful business. And the last thing I want to mention here is under self-care is having a morning routine, because how you start your day really does dictate how your day will go. So think about how you'd like to start your day. Like some people like a prescribed morning routine that they know that they're doing 20 minutes of meditation, 20 minutes of reading something empowering, 20 minutes of visualization, 20 minutes of stretching, maybe 20 minutes of journaling. That can work really well for me. Sometimes I just do 5 minutes of each of those things. And sometimes I don't make any plans and I just decide, okay, when I get up in the morning, what do I feel like today? I just feel like journaling for an hour. Or today I feel like sitting on the couch and reading something really inspiring, something around money mindset or some kind of mindset thing that's really going to set me up for the day. Sometimes I do it standing up and I'll be stretching at the same time, which is really good. My body really likes to stretch a lot lately. So first thing in the morning is a great way of doing it. The first thing I do is to make myself a gorgeous big cup. I've got a giant big teacup now that I use for my rooibos tea. I don't drink any caffeine. My body does not like that. But you drink what you want to drink in the morning, and that's lovely. And then I go and do my morning stuff, whatever that be. It's usually maybe half an hour or an hour's time. And sometimes my journaling leads on to writing out some ideas for my business. I get really inspired doing that, and leads on to some affirmations and things that really, if you get set up for the day first thing, you can't have a bad day. can't have a bad day. And then usually from my morning routine, I will then try and get some kind of proper exercise. I might run down to the beach or do something for half an hour to an hour before I hop in the shower and get done for the day. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to say actually is that make sure you've got, we often talk about support in our business, and I'll be talking about this separately, but I just want to mention it now. So before you look at support and outsourcing in your business, think about your life support, because this really is a part of self-care as well. Is it life support? Do you need someone to help cleaning in the house? Do you need to help somebody with shopping and cooking? You know, stop trying to do all things for everybody, and do your, you know, it really is a part of self-care of knowing that you do not have to do everything in your life, and you really need to concentrate on money-making tasks in your business. So think about what life support, what would really support you. If you love cleaning, don't outsource cleaning. If you love cooking, I love cooking, so I'm not going to get anybody to do cooking. But I do not love cleaning. It actually makes me feel quite flat and low. So I outsource my cleaning. Absolutely. It's really, really important. So what do you need to do for your life support? Yeah. So I would really encourage you to, if any of this resonates with you, please post below. Let me know what you think. Let me know how this could help you. And I will see you soon for the next Mindset Mastery recording. Okay, take care. Bye for now.